Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games, where we just chat about video games.
Yes.
And things to do with video games.
And video game companies.
And not to do with video games.
And also video game companies.
And video game companies, yes.
Speaking of which,
we're going to start off with the thing that everybody already knows. Again, there has been another study shown that loot boxes have been linked to problem gambling.
I mean, it's a broken record now, really.
Yes,
is it?
it's now become a broken record. But hey, if it's,
I just wonder if EA will. If it, to me, it's like companies like EA, especially EA, who are adamant they're not going to do anything with their Ultimate Team setup.
Yeah.
It's almost like a freight train traveling to a bridge that's no longer there.
Aye.
And it's like, you've got time to put the brakes on. No, it'll be fine. No, you still got time to put the brakes on. No, it'll be fine.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. There's a bridge there. It's clearly a bridge there. It's like the bridge is that's being slowly moved away. You just see it like on a boat, just like start floating away. It's like, no, the bridge is over there.
Bridge is gone.
Bridge is gone.
Bridge isn't there anymore. Gone. Please stop.
Please stop.
But yeah, again, let's see. Got the article. This is from The Guardian, this article.
Holy shit.
I know.
What browbeating have they been doing?
This is Rob Davis who's done the article. Shout out to Rob Davis. Okay, researchers analysed 13 studies into the behaviour of gamers who spend on loot boxes, which allows players to spend money on randomised in-game rewards that can aid players' progress or enhance the appearance of characters without knowing what they will get. All but one of the studies showed a clear correlation between the use of loot boxes and problem gambling. So that's, hold on, how many people? 13. So that's nearly, 90? It's like a 92%?
Yeah. Something like that.
That only one person didn't come out having some sort of gambling problem.
Potential gambling problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Or showing signs of
yes, basically under the commonly used problem gambling severity index. They were structurally and psychologically akin to gambling, the report found, yet are used by nearly half of children who play video games. Yeah. This is the problem. It's not the loot boxes that I generally have a problem with. It's the fact that they're advertised as something that they're not.
Yeah, they're aimed at kids.
They're aimed at kids and people who have a gambling problem.
And again, just to get rid of the fucking EA ass kissers, because that's what you are if you're defending them. No one buys a FIFA Ultimate Pack for Titus Bramble or Joe Linton. No disrespect to Joe Linton, we're Newcastle fans, but no one buys
no one's buying an Ultimate Pack
no one buys a FIFA Ultimate Team pack for Joe Linton unless you are a completely dedicated Newcastle United fan and want the starting 11.
Okay.
Alright, they are buying those packs, especially the high end ones for like Messi, Ronaldo, or like the classic legend players.
Yeah, like Eusebio,
Ronaldo, Ruud Gullit, Schumacher.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like
you mean Schmeichel?
No, there was I think a German goalkeeper.
Oh, for Schumacher. I just always think of the Formula 1.
Yeah. But also Oliver Kahn, Peter Schmeichel, as you put.
Yeah.
No one wants John Terry though.
No.
But like that's what people buy those, especially those. Like I saw on trending on YouTube, someone going off on someone saying I spent £3,200 on loot boxes on the FIFA Ultimate Team. I got this random look, and I'm like, you spent that much? You spent $3 freaking grand on a game on a fake card pack.
Yeah, that you can only have for what, a month?
That you can only have. Well, say you use all your stuff to keep them for the end. Like, you will only use for less than a year.
Yeah.
Like 6 months now, or something stupid like that now. Like, why?
So.
No, but you could get better friggin' entertainment or...
Here's the thing though, like, you would think with the amount of money that people spend on FIFA, right, you would think that FIFA would actually be a good game.
But it's not, because no investment is put into the game. It's just Ultimate Team. That's where all the investment goes into. And the advertising.
The nice shiny pictures.
And then EA goes to FIFA and goes, here's a ridiculous amount of money we're going to pay you so that we solely can have the FIFA Pro license. Here it is. Here's all this stupid money. I know you're not asking for this money, because here's the thing, right? People go on about, oh, well, you know, they have to pay for the license. And it's like, yeah, but the thing is, FIFA would like to have their license. And let's be honest, if EA didn't come in with a massive offer, someone would, and EA would just have to match that.
Yeah.
Like, Pro Evolution Soccer on the PS2 didn't really have the FIFA Pro license, and it did perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think, if you think about it, if they just made FIFA into a decent football game and not an absolute mess of bugs and
bullshit,
stupid
and,
AI,
yeah,
the FIFA would be fine.
Just having to fight the fucking controls on a higher difficulty.
FIFA would be fine. There's nothing wrong with the way FIFA is. It's just got they don't maintain the game.
They don't maintain the game. They don't update it.
They just look after the Ultimate Team.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the problem. Like,
because let's be honest, everyone, FIFA does the bare minimum in everything else other than Ultimate Team.
Anything else that actually in any other games, if that game can have like some sort of like slot machine thing in it, that's what it will look after.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's just FIFA in its own.
Yeah.
Like, they do the bare minimum in every other game mode apart from Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team gets all the razzle dazzle and all the fancy stuff and the fucking animations that don't really mean anything to the actual game. And this is an esport, by the way.
I know, right?
I know. It's an esport.
It's a terrible esport. I've actually watched the FIFA.
It is an esport where you can get
terrible.
fucked over by the game because the game decided you're not going to win.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is what that is. That is like, I mean, hell, Hearthstone has less randomized fucking luck in it, in my opinion. And that's a game all about randomized luck. So,
apparently, approximately 5% of loot box users generate half of the £700 million that video game companies make from each year.
Yeah. This is the thing. This is the bubble. This is the bubble that they are desperately trying not to have.
And about
destroyed.
a third of that 5% are actual problem gamblers.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Here's
the thing, though, right? The amount of games that have loot box mechanics that are rated as for all ages is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be. And I guarantee you, if that happened, EA's fucked. EA's fucked because Madden fans know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to they do the fucking bare minimum apart from the Ultimate Team.
Oh yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The last Madden
game. People think FIFA's bad. Fucking Madden NFL. The amount of features that
I feel bad for Madden fans because like it's not only is it like we're taking stuff out of the game. Now we'll just give you the exact same game, the same skin and all, but we'll just change some numbers.
Yeah.
That's literally all they do.
Yeah.
And then they can't even do that right.
No, because some of the billboards have the old games logo.
And it's like you can't even do that right.
No.
Like I feel bad for Madden fans, and we like Madden. I like Madden. I like the game.
I enjoy it.
I just can't play it anymore.
No,
the last one is the one that we've got for the PS3.
Madden 13. I want to say
it's 13, 14, one of those two. But that's the last one that we played.
Yeah,
and that's the only one I'll play at the moment.
Yes,
because I just don't. I don't want to give EA any money.
Yeah.
That's why I never bought the the Star Wars
Jedi Fallen Order.
Because I don't want to give EA any money.
Yeah. It's just such a friggin'... I know we're bashing on EA. There are plenty of other...
There are other ones, but like EA,
Activision.
when it comes to loot boxes, EA are the ones that are like
EA are the most egregious
and pushes. So they're the ones that we're gonna punch them first.
I mean,
and then we'll hit
also,
everybody else.
all this talk about loot boxes is because of EA. Let's
Yeah.
all be honest. If they hadn't have literally...
If they hadn't have messed about with Battlefront
2...
and then basically came out and said that, oh no, this is going to be in all our games.
Yeah.
Because you remember when
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 first came out.
No, when the pre-release, the beta came out, and everyone was like, "No, this is wrong. This is terrible. Don't do this." And they went, and EA went, "No, we're doing this with all our games." Yeah.
I mean, Activision have come out and said that they're looking into that, to doing that.
Yeah, but the problem
but
is,
I'm not surprised with that. And
No,
secondly,
it's Activision.
I think Activision Activision don't do it right. I'm not saying that. But the only game I know that Activision have that does loot boxes is Overwatch.
They did have it in Call of Duty World War II in the multiplayer.
I didn't play the...
Yeah, no, you didn't play, but
I didn't know that.
Right, put it this way, right?
Oh wait, no, that was the one where it dropped in front of
the hub.
In front of everybody. Oh yes, okay. Yeah, that was a bad one. But yeah, like I said, the only one that I know that now, because let's face it, nobody plays World War II now.
Yeah.
Is Overwatch.
No, yeah, because Activision mostly do the Battle Pass.
Battle Pass, and they actually have a shop where you buy boxes.
Yeah, which
tells you what's in the box.
Which is the thing that people are abusing the fuck out of at the moment.
Well, the Battle Pass.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is look at Avengers.
Yeah. Jesus
so
Christ.
yeah, I mean, this study is.
This is another one.
It is one of those where literally like people are going, "Oh, really? Tell us something we don't know."
I know. I think it's just because this is a study that's done over here.
Yeah. Look, all it takes is one of the big major countries, to come out and basically ban loot boxes or
start taxing them,
or basically age rating them. Basically, it's like, if you have this mechanic in your game, it is an 18+ game.
I generally thought with Belgium doing that, it would have.
Yeah, but the problem is Belgium. Belgium's on this little country that people can just push away and ignore. They shouldn't, but they do.
I mean, I think it's going to happen over here eventually.
Yeah, for anyone in the EU, apart from the big, apart from France, Germany. Apart from France and Germany, anyone in the EU, it'd have to be an EU-wide thing to do.
Yeah.
If Germany or France did it, then the rest of the EU would follow suit. If Britain did it, like I say, if
we're
Britain,
out of the EU now.
Yeah, no, but we did it. But if Britain did it, then the United States would just look at it and go, "Do you know what? We're just going to use all their evidence and we're going to put it in ourselves,
and we can tax it."
And this is the thing. All you need to tell these politicians is
you can
tax it for no political.
Yeah.
For no public political.
It would only be a political public game. That's all you have to do is go to. You want to get voted in? These guys are selling gambling to kids.
Yeah.
Punish them and tax them. There you go. There you go. There. I'm handing you your next election on a platter.
Yeah. Yeah. Any Republican Republicans don't like taxes anyway, but
Democrats.
No, this is one of those things that you could tax and actually get public benefit from everyone. Unless
everyone's gonna. There isn't anybody apart from a really, really stupid or depraved person
apart from the actual
children to gamble.
No, apart from EA and Activision.
I don't class them as people.
And 2K.
I don't class them as people.
I know, but the people
they're
people on the board, people who make these decisions, they won't get kids to gamble because they know kids don't understand the whole there's a reason why there's a distance, why there's an extra steps separating the money from the actual purchase of loot boxes. You have to have their own fucking currency. There's the reason why there's that gap, because then because little kids, all they see is that number of that currency. Some of them don't realise it's actually money that they're actually spending to get that currency. And it's just manipulative and bullshit.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. But hey, hopefully it'll all get fixed. Fingers crossed.
Look, once one of the major countries do it,
so there's been
dominoes will
speaking of Activision,
yes,
there's been Call of Duty leaks.
Yes.
There's been a leak on the new Warzone map because Verdansk is getting nuked, and we're getting a 1980s map.
Oh, good for that.
Yeah, that's what we're getting. But
I'm so glad.
now, if that's all there was to this,
yeah,
I'd be like, nah, I'm not talking about this. But there's more.
Of course, there's more. It's Activision.
Activision decided they were going to DMCA any of the journalists that managed to get the leak. So somebody gave them the leak. And
they're basically people doing their job and reporting.
Yeah. They reported Activision decided they were going to DMCA them.
Hey, YouTube.
Which, by the way, it's now, like, you're stuck now, because once the leak's out, the leak is out.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
put it back in.
You can't do anything about that. Like, you just have to write it. You can be like, please don't look at the new map. Like MiHoYo was with their leaks for 1.5. They were like, please don't look at the new leaks. We really want it to be a surprise.
Besides, some of it may not actually make it into 1.5.
Please don't.
Some of it may not actually make it into 1.5. So if you could, you've got 1.4. Please have fun with that.
There's still a lot to go. Have fun with that. Don't pay attention to these.
They haven't finished out bringing out everything that's they show 1.4. So.
But no, Activision decided to go all in and try and
abuse the DMCA because.
But what we're going to do is actually just talk about the map, just to piss Activision off.
Yes.
So basically, there's not much when it comes to pictures, to be fair. It's just the same picture over and over again. But, which is why I'm a bit like, is that a leak? Is that a leak?
I'm trying to figure out what the frig it is. I mean, obviously it's in Soviet Russia. I see a Soviet Russian flag.
Yeah.
And I think Verdansk is supposed to be like pseudo-Russia thing. To be perfectly honest, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played Warzone for so long because I've literally just gone, do you know what? I've had enough of playing Memory Tetris with my PlayStation 4, so I know the easiest way to get... Here's the problem, Activision, with your giant-ass fucking file sizes.
Right.
If I need to make space, the one that takes up the most is going to look ridiculously good to get rid of.
Right. So basically, it's pretty much the same map. Like, so it's the same shape and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
It's just they've added in a lot more stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
So they're adding in like a lot of Cold War era buildings.
So basically, it's not necessarily a reskin, but like they're making it more 1980s and probably adding extra village stuff and town stuff and all that sort of stuff.
Pretty much.
Like, I would like to see the layer of the map, because if it looks remarkably similar, then it's just basically a reskin.
Yeah, it probably, to be fair, it probably is, if I'm honest. But apparently, you're actually going to be able to see areas from the campaign of Cold War.
Ah, right, okay, so potentially, that's going to be a little bit different then. I wonder how the co-op's going to work then, because that's the map they use for all the co-op missions is Verdansk. I mean, granted, not many people do co-op, but anyway.
I have no idea. I'm not going to lie. I don't know.
To be honest, I enjoyed the co-op because there was not as much bullshit.
Everybody likes co-op. Everybody likes co-op. Except when co-op is not invited.
No.
Dead Space 3. I'm looking at you. Actually, to be fair, Dead Space 3 probably could have worked.
If it had,
because the whole co-op Dead Space game, they'd been working on that from Dead Space 1. They just couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, the thing that ruined Dead Space 3 wasn't the co-op per se. It was changing it from a horror game to a action
horror
full
game.
action. Literally, they went in 3 games. In the same speed that actually they did exactly what Resident Evil did from 4, 5 and 6.
Yeah,
they did exactly the same thing. They went A little bit of action, but still
Mostly horror.
More action, less horror. All action.
Michael Bay action.
Michael Bay action. I mean, at least Dead Space 3 didn't go Michael Bay action. But
Resident Evil 6.
I think the biggest thing was the fact that they introduced the fucking shooting back enemies. The normal, like the humans.
Oh, the humans at the beginning.
Yeah. That's like, this is not Dead Space. This is a fucking cover shooter.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It did feel a bit odd.
What the fuck? Why? Why are you doing this? This is terrible. This is a terrible idea in a Dead Space game. Like, like adding very little meaningful choices in a Fallout game. Bethesda.
Have fun with that, Microsoft.
Yeah. Can you just bash Tom on the head?
Bonk him on the head.
Bonk him on the head.
Bonk.
Just give him a bonk and go, look, get back to fucking
Go back to
old
Fallout
school
3.
Fallout 3.
New Vegas.
Fallout 3 in New Vegas. That, the whole thing of like multiple dialogues and meaningful choices and actual impact on the actual game and ending of story, blah 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 blah.
Anywho, back to Activision and their DMCAs. Like the first off, it's a
DMCA bit abuse, which has no punishment.
First off, it's a terrible overreaction.
Yes.
To be fair, because it is literally just pictures of buildings.
Yes.
You can't really see much.
Yes, but the thing is though, look, regardless of what they're talking about, it's DMCA abuse.
Yeah.
It's abuse of the DMCA
law
system that YouTube has, and
well, it's not YouTube.
Is it? No, yeah, no, but it's not just YouTube. It's everything. I know, but what I mean is, like, the prime example is freaking YouTube. The fact that YouTube goes off with the whole "you're guilty and proven it until proven innocent" first,
and even then you're still guilty.
And even then, unless you have a sizable community and the balls, the finances and time and mental fortitude to go to fucking court, YouTube will probably not give a fuck if it's a correct or false DMCA allegation, because YouTube, bullshit. We say this as this video is going up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's bullshit. YouTube is the most laziest, uncaring, uncreative platform. They are literally a TV channel, basically. That's what they want to be. Yeah, with the amount of fucking adverts they're now putting on.
They are now
videos.
The amount of adverts and the amount of times I get. I don't know why. Right, I've never watched Jimmy Kimmel. I've never watched Jimmy Kimmel. I've never watched The Late Show. I've never watched anything with Jimmy Kimmel on.
Yeah.
And yet YouTube keeps recommending Jimmy Kimmel to me. I'm like, I don't even know who he is. Why do you keep? No, stop it. Go away. I just want to get I want to get a bonk. I want to get a bonk hammer. Just like.
Yeah, but yeah, Activision can get away with this. They can do this because there's no punishment for those who abuse the DMCA. There's no punishment.
Yeah.
It's why reviewers and critics have to have another form of friggin' income. It's why they have to have stuff like Patreon and backups to their thing, because this amount of bullshit is just allowed. I mean, a prime example is freaking Jim Sterling recently.
Yes.
He had I can't remember his name, and I don't really care about him much to even
something. B. Pontus.
Yeah, him. Tried to deliberately get his channel shut down. Why? Because he said something. He said something not nice about his games.
Oh yeah. So actually, no. I've just looked. Yeah, it is actually YouTube.
Yeah.
Basically, he sent it to...
DMCA abuse mostly happens on YouTube, because YouTube is a guilty first until proven innocent.
Basically, the leaker on Thin Ice showed it to 2 YouTubers.
Yeah.
And they've been striked.
Yeah.
So Activision have actually been... they've actually got a bit of backlash. Fans are not
Yeah, no, but the thing is, what
Which-
what fallout is? What punishment will
Well,
Activision
Activision's
get?
not going to get any
Yeah,
punishment
nothing,
out of it.
because they're allowed to just throw a DMCA strike against the channel.
Yeah.
Put that content creator's livelihood at risk for doing his job, and there's no repercussion. Activision will be allowed to still throw DMCA strikes, still claim, like, personally there has to be some consequence for abusing the system. Personally, I think if you abuse the copyright system and the DMCA system, then that copyright should be null and fucking void.
It should be a.
They should lose the copyright.
It should be a free strike thing.
Yeah, free. Yeah, it should be. YouTube has a free strike for
For
DMCA.
people who use whoever break the rules
Say you
TOS.
Yeah.
If you break TOS, you've got the free strike.
Yeah, no, but also
unless
like,
you do something really bad.
copyright. Say for example, you actually do copyright. Break the DMCA. You get 3 strikes on that, and if you're your third strike, you lose your channel. I would like to suggest that the opposite is true. If you abuse the DMCA law, and which is actually, if you abuse the DMCA, that is against the law.
Yes,
that is illegal. In the DMCA, it is illegal to abuse the system to silence criticism. Or journalism, or all that sort of stuff. Right? If you abuse it, it is also illegal. You are also breaking the law. I would like to suggest a person who does that 3 times loses the copyright to whatever he's abusing the DMCA for.
Yeah.
I know that won't actually get through. That won't go anywhere because the people who have the money are the people that are abusing the DMCA.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Because capitalism. Yay.
Woo!
Money.
Okay, so that's enough about Activision being.
But yeah, it's bullshit.
Being shitty.
It is wrong, and they are clearly abusing, because like, just reporting on it is not DMCA.
Yeah.
It is not breaking the DMCA. It is called journalism or opinionating, or like, they're not, like, we're not going to be showing the actual frigging things. We're just talking about what is happening.
Yeah, well, we're actually, other than they're updating the buildings, we've not really said anything about the actual work. The other thing is, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought now.
You were talking about the buildings.
Yeah.
And that the map's the same. By
the looks of things, the map's going to be the same. I generally have lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, and then it's just like.
Was it about Activision or about?
Yeah, no, it was about DMCA's.
Oh.
But it's gone.
Look, DMCA's. There is a reason why they exist, and yes,
it's a good thing that they exist.
Yeah, because
it's just, unfortunately, it's one of those
copyright holders deserve.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those laws that, unfortunately, is easily abused.
It is, especially when you have companies like YouTube who don't regulate.
Yeah.
And
you've got companies who, if you say like this, if you say something negative about the product,
that is, again, this is the thing. It's like, it's not necessarily the DMCA law that's the problem. The problem is the abuse and the fact that companies like YouTube and Twitch don't fucking regulate.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
They don't do anything. They just go, we'll slap the strike on them. No investigation. No, is this actually... It's like, it's up to the person who has been accused to prove themselves innocent. When it should be the other fucking way around.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this company has all the money. They should fucking prove that they fucking got the fucking DMCA, that there's copyright being here. I understand, like, YouTube's so big that they can't actually police the entire site because there's that much stuff going up all the time. I understand that, but it's clear that your system is easily abused for
I think if they put in a free strike system for people who are doing DMCAs, who are like falsely doing it DMCAs.
Well,
so
they're
like,
supposed to be, but it never happens. That Pontus guy literally had attempted 3 strikes on Jim Sterling. They eventually all got thrown out.
Yeah.
After Jim Sterling apparently threatened them to basically said, "Yeah, I'm willing to go to court."
Yeah.
And then YouTube all of a sudden, surprisingly enough, went, "Oh, actually, no, these are all."
It's like there's a YouTuber called Upper Echelon.
Upper Echelon game.
He's had the same problem with a Destiny Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
She keeps DMCAing him his channel, and he's just sort of like. And Upper Echelon clearly knows his shit when it comes to like law and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So YouTube automatically, very quickly, just like, these are invalid. Like, YouTube, we're really sorry.
In the Jim Sterling example, it was obvious that YouTube did not look at it until Jim Sterling emailed them and went, "Yeah, if you want to go to court, I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm in contact with my lawyers. I'm willing for that to continue on." Right? So YouTube then went, "Yep, all these are actually false DMCAs." Less than a week later, Mr. Pontus then apparently sent another strike over to him.
Yeah.
Like, no, you shouldn't even be allowing him to do that. You shouldn't be allowing him because it's called harassment. Your platform is allowing harassment.
Well, actually, it's not just harassment; it's perjury.
Yeah.
When you put in
perjury is lying in court of law.
Well, it's the same thing.
But the thing is always that for him to actually commit perjury, I think, and I could be wrong here, I'm not a lawyer. I'm pretty sure he'd have to get to the point of actually.
It's either perjury. It's either perjury or there's another word.
There's a bit in the DMCA that is basically like saying you cannot abuse this system to take down criticism. That's the bit that he's breaking, where he's basically saying it's DMCA.
Okay.
Right. The thing is, like, you look at it and go, that's just.
Because I'm sure there's because the DMCA is like an official.
Yeah, it's a law
document.
No,
right?
It's a law. Yeah, it's a law.
So if you lie on that, you're lying on an official document.
No, right. The DMCA is a law. What they do when they say a DMCA strike, basically they're saying this is copyright. They are under the DMCA law. You have to take this down. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Right. The problem is that the platforms don't regulate it. They don't.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about
this. Right. Yeah, no. Right.
We're just going around in circles now.
For it to be perjury, he'd actually have to claim that it's copyright and report it to either the authorities or the police or something.
Right.
It'd have to get that far. So
right.
if it got to court and he said, "Yeah, this is clearly DMCA. This is blah 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 blah," and the court went, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
The problem is that there's not a precedent.
Right.
There's not a situation like this of a person playing a game or commentating or reviewing it and showing it on YouTube has not gotten to court and a judge say, "Yes, it is. No, it isn't."
Mm.
It hasn't gotten that far, and that's the problem. There's not a precedent of like what is classed via social media copyright and what isn't. Especially in regards to gaming. Gaming is the great grey area of... because in a sense, you are using someone else's work, another company's property, and you are benefiting from that by playing that game. But gaming is a unique thing because... every person's experience in a game is unique because of the fact that it is the person playing the game.
Mm.
Like, and I'm not saying like visual novels or anything. I'm like just your standard like Mario. A Mario player does not play the exact same. You cannot get pixel perfect friggin' changes, no matter which player it is. There will always be slight, tiny little differences, even if the same player plays the same level twice.
Mm.
There'll be tiny tiny differences, and that's the whole argument of people saying like gaming, like a gaming series or people playing games on YouTube shouldn't fall under copyright because one person's experience is completely different to the other.
Okay.
But
I
think we should end on the fact that YouTube and Twitch and the social media platforms should really need to get a fucking grip.
We will end that one there.
Yeah.
On to the next thing. As we spoke last week, Sony are getting rid of the PlayStation 5 store, the PSP store, and the PlayStation 3 store. To which we said, bollocks. It's bullshit.
Yeah, and then they doubled down on it.
And now they're doubled down on it to be it's even worse because they're not even going to try and save any of the games. They're not moving them anywhere. They're not coming over to the PS4.
I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to encourage people to pirate those games, but, you know...
If you do, I'm not going to...
I want someone to come up with another way of getting them.
Yeah.
Once these stores go down. Like, how do you get, like, some of the PlayStation 1 collection without the physical discs?
Yeah.
Like...
Do you know how hard it is to get those discs now?
Like, there are so many freaking games. I just don't... It's like, surely someone should have gone, well, can't we just move them over?
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of PlayStation 1 games.
There's plenty of PlayStation 1 games. But the PlayStation 2 collection on its own.
Oh, God, yeah, the PlayStation 2.
The amount of games on the PS2.
It's ridiculous.
You could just easily move... And there's the amount of people that play those games.
Yeah.
That would play those games. It'd be great.
I think there's a reason why we still have our PS2s.
Yeah. Then there's, the games that you can only get if you downloaded them on the PS3.
Yeah.
And they're not anywhere else. At least I can't find them anywhere.
There's thousands and thousands of games that are literally going to disappear. And I'm like, no option to open them out. No option to, like, let people get a hold of them.
And to be fair, you really need to update your PlayStation store because it's fucking shit.
Yeah. Especially the PlayStation 5 is a bit...
PlayStation 5's fine. I can get around the PS5 stuff. It's the PS4 because they've changed it to be like the PS5s.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so where is everything now?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing on the PS5 at the moment, so it's like, well, here's a shop, but there's not much in it.
Yeah.
The PS4 is like, there's loads of stuff, and now it's just like, well, where the fuck is everything? Here's all the new stuff. I don't want the new stuff. I've got the new stuff.
Yeah, I want to search specific game types, but you're not letting me. It's like I have to go through 17 different friggin' things to get to that list.
It's like you can go to pre-orders, right? But like, there's games that just aren't on there. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a game called Jumping Jack. I think it's called Jumping Jack. It's like looks like medieval, but it's like he's got a pumpkin for a head and all this sort of stuff. And I couldn't find that anywhere. I didn't find it until I went to platforming games. So it wasn't even on the new games. It only just come out.
Yeah.
It's just like, why have you done this to your store, Sony? What are you doing?
They
rework your store.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Windows. Windows is a hellscape.
Anything could be Windows, though.
Anything could be better than Windows. Yes, that's very true. The Windows Store is a hellscape.
And
death, depravity, and just sorrow and sadness.
To be fair, there's loads of games from the PS3, the Vita, the PSP that people would play.
Yes.
And bring over. If you brought them over, there's
Persona 4.
Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden.
You know, that game that you can only get on the PC and the PS Vita.
Yeah.
I'd definitely download that on my PS4. I've got it on my PC. I've got it on my Vita. I'd download it again. Yeah. I love Persona 4.
There's a lot of
Persona 3.
Yes, Persona 3, Persona 2, Persona 1. Like, Persona 5 kicked off a massive people literally going, okay, this game is awesome. Let's go and let's see what the other games were like.
Yeah. Which apparently Atlas came out on Twitter and being like, what game would you like us to port next? And everyone's gone, Persona 3.
Yes. Persona 3. And especially now since,
well, considering they've had an anime, they've had a movie series of Persona 3 come out, So Persona 3 is still quite
Popular.
popular. So Persona 3 would definitely, especially the Portal.
Yeah, and also
edition.
like there's a lot of games like we've said when they announced that they were going to get closed in the store. There's a lot of games that didn't get either an American release or US release or European release, or were just almost impossible to find.
Yeah.
Like, just because it got a European release didn't mean that you could actually find the frigging game in a store.
It was so
Like,
hard to
especially
find.
for PS2 and PS1, you had to, like, this was before Amazon. This was before you could, like, go to Amazon and
Just buy whatever
you wanted. Like, this, like, if the shops where you lived didn't sell the game you wanted, you had to either go and find somewhere that sold it, or you were out of luck.
Which 9 times out of 10, there was only one game store that you lived near.
Yeah.
The other one was like the next city over.
Yeah.
Which is a decent trek for a kid.
Parasite Eve.
I could never find that fucking game.
Parasite Eve is a game I've never played because of it.
Yeah, could never find it.
Could never.
Bloody,
And then like
Bloody War
and
3.
then it got banned as well.
Yeah, it got banned. Bless it.
Bloody War. Hell, the
Bloody
entire
War 3. I could never find that goddamn game.
Hell, the entire Bloody War series.
That's true, I could never find it.
Bloody War 1, 2 and 3.
Electronics Boutique never had it.
No, not where you lived.
And then we had to go to Cleveland's, and they never had it.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It is just like...
And hell, I still can't find Bloody War 3.
Nope.
I just want Bloody War 3. That's all I want. I mean, I can download it obviously, but I really want the physical disc.
Yes.
But this is just, come on, Sony, what are you doing? And the excuse of like, oh, why does anybody want to play them? They're old. No, that's why they want to play them.
And then nostalgia.
Nostalgia is a really good reason.
Why do you think everyone was so hyped about Nintendo bringing back the Super Mario trilogy?
Yeah, it's
Like,
nostalgia.
And then Nintendo went, no, yeah, we're still killing that game. We're still killing those
6 months. It's been 6 months now. Farewell.
6 months, gun out, back behind the barn.
Boom. Oh,
And this, again, here's the thing. You know all those people that go, yeah, digital onlys, that's the future. Not for consoles, and this is why.
yeah.
This is why. Because the major corporations will not keep them available. They won't keep them available. They'll pull the plug on them, and then all those games go away and disappear.
Plus, also, like, all it takes is like a company to go under,
Yeah.
and that game could disappear.
Say Microsoft decide to pull out of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
They could close the store. That's it. Everything you haven't already got hardwired into your Xbox, gone. You're never getting it again.
Yeah. And if it's streaming, if it's a streaming thing, even if you've been playing it like the week before, it will be gone. You won't be able to play it.
Anthem fans, I hope you're looking forward to that. Because that's coming.
Anthem? You mean Marvel?
Marvel fans as well.
Anthem's gone. Anthem is gone.
No. They've just pulled the season 2. They haven't actually pulled the servers yet.
They haven't pulled the servers yet.
That's going to happen now.
Yeah, that is going to happen.
That's happening. Because they've stopped all development on it, which means that's going to die even faster.
Yeah. Bless its concept.
But yeah, it's just like,
the other thing that Sony have done is that Sony didn't tell any of the developers
for Vita,
that they were doing this.
for the PlayStation Vita, yeah.
That they were doing this to the games.
So they're pissed.
Yeah, they're not very happy.
Look, it's not the best idea, and to be honest, what you should really do is keep them open for those that have the PS3 and PS Vita and the PSP. You should do, because they're still usable items.
Yeah.
But if you're going to close them,
You should move them over.
you should take your entire friggin' database and move it onto the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
Yeah, why not? You're going to make money out of it. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? No one buys them? Well, no one's going to buy them anyway. You're closing the friggin'...
Yeah.
You're closing the friggin' stores. Like, this is why pirating happens.
Yeah.
This is why pirating happens. I mean, yes, there's also the fact that people don't want to spend money on games, but like, this is one of the reasons. Like, if you give them no other alternative, no other option, then there will be people that will go and pirate the game because that's the only way they have.
Yeah, Netflix. You bastards. I'll talk about Netflix another day.
Are you still pissed about
I'm annoyed about Netflix jail. Yes, I'm very annoyed at that. There's a couple of things coming out that are supposed to be out this season that I can't watch
because
Netflix has it, so I have to wait till this Netflix decides.
Netflix in all their glory decides
that I am
allowed to watch
the
show that they only bought the rights to, not the actual making of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Deem me worthy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Look, Sony, I'm calling you bullshit out here. I'm a Sony fanboy. I don't care. This is bullshit.
Yeah, this is crap.
This is terrible. And this is what I was worried about with the Sony being the dominant position. It's like this is the bullshit they come out with. God fucking damn it. Just
Why do you want to play these games? They're old. What's wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, but
everybody likes to go back. Is that what you think when you watch? Like,
I watch people play Gran Turismo 1 and 2 and 3, and look how old they are.
Do you ever think that?
But also there's certain cars that aren't available.
The other thing is that your attitude when, I don't know, when you watch like Back to the Future or the old Star Wars trilogy? Is that what your attitude is to those movies?
Probably.
They're old, so you won't watch them.
Probably because a person that comes out with fucking comments like that is usually an asshole.
Do you watch, like, I don't know, do you watch a movie that came out like 2 years ago and go, nah, I'm not watching this, it's old? Because it is.
Yeah.
It's old. It's not new.
No.
Is that your attitude?
Does this person look at Avengers Infinity War and go, that's clearly 5-year-old, that's clearly like 3-year-old,
that's 2 years old. We're not watching this now. It's
old.
It's
old.
It's old. It's not. It's
clearly. The special effects have clearly moved on since then, so we won't watch this.
We're not going to watch this.
Well, I'm not going to watch Lord of the Rings trilogy because technology's moved on so far that I don't want to watch this anymore.
I know.
I'll watch The Hobbit instead.
Oh God. That physically makes me sick.
Yeah, if someone judges something based on like its age and the graphics, then you are a very shallow and non-game oriented.
You care about appearance more than actual.
More than actual. Content. Yeah.
Like the old Gran Turismo games, okay.
They look old now.
They have outdated, yes, but they're still fun.
Yeah, but also like there's certain cars, like I'm pretty sure in the more recent Gran Turismos you can't get an actual proper old school Mini.
Yeah, hell, there's a reason why some of the remasters of games that have come out let you put the game back into its old
style. One example is Escape from My Island.
Monkey Island did it. Actually, all the
Secret of Monkey Island. Sorry,
the free Monkey Island remasters that they did let you do that. I think Crash Team Racing lets you do it. No, Crash Team Racing has like a skin.
Yeah,
for the characters.
But not actually. There's a couple.
I think Spyro lets you do it. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I think Spyro actually does let you do it.
There's a few
Crash
games.
Bandicoot.
Yes, Crash Bandicoot lets you do it.
Reignited Trilogy.
Yes.
Whatever it's called.
There's a reason why those games let you switch to that.
Yeah, because
it's nostalgia.
Yeah, but also like Final Fantasy VI is a very old game, but people still class that as one of the greatest games of all time.
And Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII is old as well, and that has aged
probably
graphically
worse than Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, because of the graphics. Because it's the first time they used pixel. Pixel art, polygons.
Yeah.
First time they used polygons, and it's aged really, really well. Well, not well, but it's aged a lot. Final Fantasy VII.
You can tell the age of Final Fantasy VII.
But the game still is a very, very, very good game. How fucking hell? Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. With its square faces.
With square, pixelated faces.
Yeah.
Where you can only just make out certain features.
Yeah. Like, you can only just tell where Solid Snake's mouth is. Roundabout.
Which
roughly.
doesn't actually move.
Which doesn't
Just
actually
his
move
head.
when he's talking. It's just his head moves around. Like
His head moves around.
Like he's one of those nurses from Silent Hill.
Yeah. But still, Metal Gear. Is anyone going to say that Metal Gear Solid is a bad game? No, it's a fucking amazing game.
It's a great game. What a terrible attitude to have. And Sony, come on, man.
God of friggin' War on the PS2.
I don't know. I think God of War's actually aged quite well.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is someone going to tell me God of War
Yeah.
doesn't look good
Yeah.
on a PS2?
Yeah.
Like,
true.
someone going to tell me that? Nah, you fucking not. Hell, Final Fantasy 10 and 12.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Final Fantasy 12 was gorgeous.
I'm trying to think of PS3 games though. That like haven't aged well. I don't think there is any.
Oh, there'll be some. Mostly like
Release games.
mostly AAA, hyper realistic Call of Duty type games.
Yeah. Yeah, but they. Yeah, nobody wants to play them.
Like, games that I mean, hell, Gran Turismo 6 still looks. Is it 6? I want to say 6. I know 4. I've got 4. I know that. But like the Gran Turismos on the PS3 look still pretty damn good. They look still pretty damn good.
It's just a shame. It is really just a shame because there's some good games on the Vita as well.
Yeah.
You know, like Valkyria Chronicles 2.
Well, that's a
It's good.
PSP game, but they got also
Yeah,
released,
but
they also released it on the Vita.
Yeah. Danganronpa, but I mean you can get them on the PS4 now.
Yeah.
Now the Trials of series.
Here's the thing, right? If Sony aren't going to pull out everything over, then the developers of those games should be allowed to do it for free.
Or should be allowed to just do what it sell their games.
Yeah.
Put it anywhere they want.
I mean, it's a
If
lot.
they wanna-
It potentially is a
pull
lot of
their games
work for some developers, but like,
Yeah.
it means basically anything released by EA, Ubisoft, the AAA industry, anything released by them that was digital only on the PS3, gone, disappeared,
Probably.
no longer in existence.
Burnout 3 still on?
Burnout 3 has never been on the store.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Burnout 2,
3.
Burnout 4,
Burnout 4.
but Burnout 3, not Burnout 3, my favourite.
Yeah.
Which had the awesome awesome soundtrack and the awesome. Burnout 3 is like the pinnacle of Burnout. In my opinion. I mean, a lot of people go on about Paradise, and yes, Paradise is a really, 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 really good game. But Burnout 3 was just perfection.
Yeah, I think we're already there. I don't think we've really got much left to talk about. Other than Sony being dicks.
Fucking hell, Sony.
Come on, Sony. I was giving you praise before. A couple of months
Was there
ago.
nothing else that we were going to talk about?
Oh, since we've been bashing on the Avengers, let's talk about the even more bashing on the Avengers. Outriders has pretty much just smashed Avengers player count, and it's only just come out.
Yeah.
On Steam at least.
Yeah. Outriders has completely destroyed the max player on Outriders is more than Avengers at its peak.
Yeah. At which point that does kind of explain the problem with the servers that Outriders have.
Yes.
Because I don't know why.
I found it.
I don't know why, but why companies keep doing this? They seem to. I always think, yeah, we've got enough servers.
And
You
never
don't.
do.
You never have enough
it's
servers.
a balancing point of having enough service for the launch or the new patch or whatever,
Yeah,
but not overspending on servers, which will end up not being used.
that's very true.
So there's a balancing act. However, I don't think they get it right.
No, they never get it
They
right.
never get it right.
The thing is, if it was like, oh, we've overspent, then fine, because then at least then, you know, you wouldn't have... You have been kicked out. You have lost connection to the service.
There has been an issue with the server. Please log in and try
But
again.
it's always that one. It is always
and
that
also
one.
the fact that they did it for single player as well, kind of friggin' is annoying. I don't like that.
What?
Outriders, even though you could play it single player,
Yeah.
you still had to be connected.
Oh, you still have to be connected. Yeah.
So
I know.
anyone who
Because
just wanted to do it
it's
themselves...
always online because it's drop in, drop out.
Yeah. I know that, but the thing is like, they couldn't do like a offline mode for people who just wanted to play it single player.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, oh, god damn it.
I think it's... The thing is, like, my argument to that is, like, the game has clearly advertised itself as
It's
a
clearly
game.
been designed from the ground up.
If you've
as a
gone
multiplayer.
into this game being
How-
like, I only want to be 1v1 player, like, you should know
Yeah.
that this is designed to be...
I think the thing is that people should be, even though it's been designed from the ground up as a multiplayer, pardon me, it should be, at least people should be given the option. It's this whole argument of like, oh well, you shouldn't have an easy difficulty, just, you know, one difficulty for everyone. It's like, no, people should be given the option. It's like, if you want it on max difficulty, get good, blah 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 blah. Like the argument of like, there should be an easy mode in Dark Souls, in the Souls games. And everyone, like, the certain group of people kick off over anyone that says that. It's like, yeah, but it's an option. You don't have to pick that option.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick that option. That person who isn't as good, or hand-eye coordination isn't as great, or is new to the game, there shouldn't be any detriment to them picking an easier mode, the easier mode to you.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. This should be like, just because this is built as a ground up, shouldn't really... People should be given the option to play offline, single player.
I suppose. I know what you mean, but I just think... I think it's just because of the way the game's been done. There's maybe not.
Like, there's nothing...
It just depends on how the game works. Like, if
Yeah.
the game works because it is always online, then...
Yeah, no, but like, what would...
Plus, if you want, the thing is, if you want to play single player, just private your game.
Yeah, no, but you still have to be connected online to be able to play it.
There's a lot of games that do that now.
Yes, but the thing is though, right? For example, Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You can play that in offline.
Yes.
Is there any detriment to playing it offline?
No.
No. Is there any detriment to playing single player in Outriders?
It's a lot harder.
Apart from that, like,
No.
does the mechanics change? Or
No.
Yeah, exactly. It plays exactly the same, except you're just on your own. That's the point I'm making. It's like, there should be a offline mode for those that don't want to play it with other people. It's not going to negatively affect anyone else except them, and it's their choice.
Maybe.
That's what I'm just saying. Although I do have to admit, it was quite funny reading on Twitter everyone kicking off all the servers being down, and the entire Destiny community going, first time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
That was us.
this is welcome,
That was us.
welcome to Destiny players, new patch, new update,
New expansion,
release experience.
Yeah,
I've
that was
spent
me.
half an hour to get into this lobby. I've now done 2 minutes of gameplay.
I've been kicked from the lobby.
I now have 2 hours to wait.
Yeah.
Also, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, any MMO.
Yeah, pretty much any MMO that has an expansion launch. Yeah, we know. Everyone literally turns to these groups that were literally kicking up, these people that were literally
These are definitely people
raging at it and going,
you've clearly never done this before.
you must be new here.
Yeah, you're new here. You're new to all this. Which is a bit weird, because you would think, like
everyone goes on about, like, when World of Warcraft when a new expansion of World of Warcraft happens, and, like, the servers are just rammed.
Yeah.
Like, there's just, I mean, for Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft, because they are that friggin' popular, I can understand them not being able to have the servers to cope.
Oh yeah,
because there's just that many. It's like there's just no point. There's no necessary. You need something the size of the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
even then, I don't think the servers will be able to handle it.
you would have to buy like a complex and just fill it with just servers.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Whenever a new expansion gets
but only
up,
Bruce Wayne could afford that.
and it's just sort of like, whoa.
I mean, actually, no. Jeff Bezos could probably afford that, but he's a dick.
he's an asshole. He's not going to buy a complex for servers.
I'm allowed to say
God
it.
no.
I'm allowed to say that after watching what Amazon have just had to admit.
I don't know.
You don't want to know.
I haven't read the news this morning.
You don't want to know.
It's something.
no, it's a few days old.
It's something about like denying toilet breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
a bit weird. Like, oh no, you can't go to the toilet. What is wrong with you?
To the point where, I'm not going to go into detail.
Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? That's like, I'm sure that's a law. Like, that's against human rights. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but Amazon want to make more money, so fuck human rights.
That's very true.
Capitalism. See, this is why there needs to be a balance of capitalism and socialism, because only that way do you get like the bullshit that capitalism creates is countered by socialism, and the bullshit that socialism creates is countered by capitalism. That's how you get. Anyway. But yeah, like Outriders, it's fun.
Outriders
it's really fun. I'm waiting for my copy to
get
come to get here.
I've got it twice. I've got it once on the PS4 and one on the PS5.
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a free upgrade.
No, because I bought it on the PS5.
Yeah.
I just downloaded it on the PS5.
Ah, right. Yeah, so it's like if you buy it for one, you get it for both.
I think so.
That's fine. Usually that's the setup. I still need to get a PS4.
At least I hope so. I need to actually download it on my PS4, but it's there because I was on my PS4 and it's in my library.
Yeah,
then
you can. It's
so
classed as.
I'm
it's
assuming it's
yeah.
there because I just need to download it.
Yeah. If it's just saying download, then
I do definitely know that it's a free upgrade.
Yeah,
one for the PS5.
Which makes sense if you've store wise, digitally wise. If you've bought it on one, then your library will basically go, oh yeah, you've got this. Which is one of the cool things about, especially with the Microsoft's consoles and Sony's consoles, the fact that they're doing this is really nice. The fact that they're combining the two stores. In a sense, they're combining the two stores, so it's like two consoles but the same stores per se.
Which might be the reason why Sony's PS4 store sucks so much.
Just
make it easier to get around. It was fine before.
But yeah, it just looks even worse for Avengers.
Yeah, it looks bad.
I know, to the point where we haven't even talked about it until this moment. That this is the reason why we brought it up.
It's generally looking bad for Avengers now.
And it just shows that,
especially since they don't have a date for Wakanda.
Yeah,
that's the.
It shows.
There's nothing really.
It just proves the point that the license will only get you so far. Like, you have to have a game behind it, and here's the thing: this is not new.
Yeah,
this is not a new thing. Like, you just have to look at comic book movies. The wasteland of terrible comic book movies.
Yeah, especially from the early 2000s.
Like late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Those awful, god awful comic book movies.
If you want an awful comic book movie, Daredevil. Just
oh dear God,
check that movie out. That
is terrible.
To be fair to it though, it is so bad it's good.
Yes.
But it's clearly not supposed to be that. Spawn. I like Spawn now, so that's fine.
Yeah, but you're a massive fan. Spawn.
I like Spawn. I'm still keeping up to date with like any rumors of the remake, because I think it's Jamie Lee Fox. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to play Al Simmons. I think he'd be good at it.
Yeah, I was about to say I could see Jamie Lee Fox playing as a.
Because he played Electro in.
Who would you have as the villain?
Would I have the villain? I would probably go Freak Either the Freak or
Chapel.
Curse.
Ooh.
One of those two. Just a small bad guy first.
Yeah.
Before dealing with, like, I don't know, before dealing with the mob and Overkill
and Chapel and
Chapel
Devastator.
and Devastator and all that sort of stuff. Before dealing with those, to start off with like something
you
small.
you could introduce the clown.
Oh yeah, the clown. Well, the clown's like his guide when he first wakes up.
Yeah, exactly.
So the clown, obviously, the clown's going to be in there, and then like I don't know, at the end have him
Reveal himself
as the Violator.
As Violator, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, but you just have to look at the wasteland of comic book movies of
that these companies thought, oh well,
we need to do is slap
movie.
this logo on and have this aesthetic, and then we can just sell whatever fucking
and
shit.
we'll just have some subpar story. It'll be fine.
It'll be great. People will lap it up. And do you know what happened? People went and watched it and went, "This is fucking shit."
Yeah, this is good. Just look at the X-Men movies. They're just up and down. Like there's no amount. There's a couple of good ones, but there's a fair few bad ones.
X-Men 1 is a good introduction. X-Men 2 is meh. X-Men
3 is terrible.
Oh,
it's so bad that they did X-Men First Class.
Yeah, they did.
Which is really good.
Yeah, and then they did
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, which is okay.
It's okay. It's just full of plot holes.
And then Age of Apocalypse,
which is terrible.
And then Dark Phoenix.
And then Dark Phoenix, which is even worse. My God, Fox, you did the X-Men wrong.
Yeah,
you did the X-Men wrong. And we're not even going to talk about the Fantastic Four.
Oh God!
My God!
I mean, hell, we thought Fantastic Four and Rise of Silver Surfer were bad. Then you decided, what if?
We'll do a reboot.
We'll do a reboot.
But we won't actually do anything with it.
And we'll change half the characters.
And we'll just have some awful story.
We'll have literally a story that makes no sense at all, at any point.
Yeah. But anyway.
And we won't have a family dynamic.
No, we won't have the family dynamic.
Which is the whole point of the Fantastic Four.
But anyway, I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, I just want to leave on Avengers. I think it's dead. I don't think
it's dying.
I think it's going to die.
I think we're going to get to Wakanda. I think we're actually going to get to Wakanda, and I think it all depends on how Wakanda does.
Depends how much of Wakanda's being
But
made.
until we get a date, I don't want to firmly put my
hand on
that thing.
It is all down to how much of Wakanda's been made, because the only thing we've seen is a pre-rendered
is a reveal trailer.
Is a reveal thing that is not in-game assets.
Yeah.
It may be made in the in-game engine, but it's not in-game assets, and I want to see them.
I'm standing in that sort of aisle, but I'm not firmly going down the Wakanda aisle at the moment. Until one, we've got a release date, and two,
I think unless we get a release date very soon, I don't think it's going to survive long enough for Wakanda to come out.
Because I actually think Wakanda could save it as long as they put in the work to redo some things and add things to the game, other than just look at these enemies
that look exactly like the other enemies.
But now you've got Black Panther. That's great. But what about the people who aren't bothered about Black Panther? Because believe it or not everybody likes Black Panther.
I mean, yeah, Black Panther's cool, but not everyone wants Black Panther.
Yeah, I mean, I want Moon Knight. I understand that a lot of people will not want Moon Knight because a lot of people probably don't even know who Moon Knight is. But I want Moon Knight.
Like the moment they said that this is not based on the MCU, I was like, okay, so we can have mutants.
Yeah, mutants.
We can have mutants, which means Wolverine is an Avenger.
Yeah.
He is actually part of the Avenger Initiative.
I don't understand why they haven't put in Scarlet Witch. Why wasn't Scarlet Witch one of the first ones in?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Why was Hawkeye?
Why is Scarlet Witch not even mentioned yet? Like, they haven't even talked about adding her in yet. Especially when... Like, Scarlet Witch and Vision. Why are they not even, like, in the fucking discussion?
We just had WandaVision.
Yeah.
Why have they not brought up anything to do with Winter Soldier and
Falcon.
a Falcon, considering the series is just coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, here's the thing that annoys me with the Avengers game is like Disney are doing all this free advertisement for you. All you literally have to do is be like, so we got some new characters. Are you liking Falcon and Winter Soldier? Yeah, I am. How would you like to be Falcon and Winter Soldier? I would like that very much. Well, now you can in our game, The Avengers.
Do you like WandaVision?
Did you like WandaVision? I did actually. Yeah. Would you
like to fly around as Vision?
Yeah, I would actually. Yeah.
Well, guess what?
What?
Here's our new character.
Oh my God! It's Vision. Why are you not capitalizing on this?
Also, here's the thing: the gap between characters coming out is
massively too long.
Massively too long.
Because I understand
they've added 2 since launch.
2, and really you could basically class them as 1.
Yeah, 2 very, very extremely similar characters.
Well, funny enough, both got Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
the one character nobody cares about.
Why is it taking them so long to basically like? Why is it taking so long for them to come out with characters?
Or skins. Give us good skins.
Like,
give us something to do.
I think we've said it before.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the audience is there for the game. The players are there. It's just you haven't given them anything to do.
And like, here's the thing: the reason why I say that Avengers is the number one poster child for management failure is because if you break down like the game into its individual components, the actual game itself, the combat, is not bad.
It works. It's good. It's actually good.
And once you unlock everything, it's really good. The problem is that they've got nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Everything is almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And the way
there's nothing that makes the grind worth it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for playing that game, there is nothing in that game that makes grinding worth it.
The extra content, the biggest thing is the decision on what will be the extra content.
Yeah.
Characters.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not content. That's not content. That's just a new character.
I mean, personally, if they were pumping out characters like every 2 months, so like the way Genshin does it.
Yeah.
You know, every couple of weeks a new character gets.
Well, every couple of months is
a new character gets pumped out, right? If it was like that, I would be like, because like a new character can stem a tide a little bit because it's new controls, new things to do,
new way of
fighting, new person to grind up, that sort of thing, right? It'll keep people busy long enough. I would argue that if they were pumping out characters, and there's a lot of Avengers, by the way, a lot. If they were doing that, then I would argue that, okay, so you do have something to do. It's not great. No. I'm not going to lie, it's not great, but it is something.
Yeah.
But they're not even doing that.
Yeah, not. But also, like, in regards to the Avengers, like, name a hero in Marvel, and at some point, 90% certain they've been an Avenger at some point.
Yeah, apart from, like, most of the X-Men, a lot of them have been Avengers.
Like a large amount of like non-mutant heroes, and even then, a few mutant heroes are also Avengers. Yeah. You know, for example, Scarlet Witch.
Quicksilver's been an Avenger.
Yeah, Quicksilver's been an Avenger. Yeah, there's just a
the Fantastic Four have been Avengers.
Why? I still don't understand why the Fantastic Four is not one of the first character packs they decided on. Like. I
honestly think it's because they were making the game and they were deciding on what was coming out before Disney bought Fox. You got to remember, Square Enix did the deal with Marvel.
Yeah, I understand.
Was owned by Disney.
I understand that, right? I do understand that.
So there is a part of me that's like, I think Disney's had a hand in like which characters come out.
But the thing is, right? Here's the thing. The Avengers game was announced roughly around about the time Infinity War
came
out, right? Disney had already bought Marvel.
Yeah, but you got to remember they were making the game.
Yes.
Way before that.
Yes, I know that. I understand that. They were making the game before that. But here's the point I'm making. Like, that makes sense for the characters on release.
Yeah.
That makes sense for the characters on release. Totally understand that. But the characters post-launch, because you got to remember, Avengers was revealed and it wasn't instantly released. It was over a year.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you.
And
I would have changed up things, but I think Disney have had a hand in what characters they want in the game.
But that still doesn't explain like that. Yeah, but even if you take all the mutants out, right? The Avengers, there's a massive freaking list of the Avengers.
I know
right?
that. But
so it still doesn't explain the long gap between characters coming.
Yeah. Oh no, that's down to development. That is down to poor management and development.
Here's the thing. Apart from Black Panther, which other characters are supposed to come out?
I don't think they've actually announced
anything. They've not announced anyone.
The only ones they announced at first was Hawkeye in the first place. When the game first came out, they just announced Hawkeye.
And their roadmap...
And they didn't even say there was going to be 2 Hawkeyes.
Yeah. Their roadmap is... There's 4 things to be released. The first one's just... So there's another 3 things.
The first one's come out, which is the Maestro Hulk thing.
Yeah. And then there's another 3 things to come out, none of which involve a character.
Apart from Wakanda.
Yeah, but Wakanda's not part of that roadmap.
No, it's not. What are the other 3?
They're all involved in the future imperfect stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's like the extra challenges and stuff like that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I suppose that is at least something. Challenges.
The problem is that the challenges don't look any different to what they've already got.
Well, to be fair, that trailer was not good.
No.
To give them the benefit of the doubt, the trailer was not a good trailer.
No, it was
because it just showed lights. That was literally all it showed. Especially when it started showing the fighting, it was just lights everywhere. Like, what am I supposed to be looking at here?
I think that's deliberate because they knew that.
Maybe it is.
It was fighting stuff that people have already fought.
Yeah, you've got to give it the benefit of the doubt and be like, well, the trailer wasn't good, so possibly there is something in there, but we didn't see it. It's the benefit of the doubt, my friend.
Yes, you go off that side. My cynical side goes, yeah, they're hiding.
Always got to have a little bit of optimism.
But anyway, yeah, I think we should leave it on that.
I think, because I'm sure there's another live service game supposed to be coming out between now and whenever Wakanda's supposed to come out. I'm sure there's another one.
It's not a Square Enix one, which is the whole thing about Outriders is published by Square Enix, and so it's like, okay, so how much? Because clearly Square Enix allowed People Can Fly to make Outriders the way it's been made.
Outriders is not a live service game.
No.
The way it's going to work...
It is a looter shooter.
It's a looter shooter. The way Outriders is going to work is basically we're going to get expansion packs and we're going to have to buy the expansion packs.
That's fine.
So like an MMO.
Yeah.
Sort of deal.
Well, but here's the thing, like the core gameplay loop per se is going to be very similar to Avengers.
Kinda.
Yes, the playing style's different, I know, before chat decide if
anybody watches this video.
And goes yes, I know that, but like the whole it's a loot system.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going off on, like its loot system works very similar to Avengers, very similar to Destiny, in the fact that you get armor pieces and guns, and it makes you more powerful, and you continue on getting more and more powerful, doing more and more missions, blah 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 blah. That's what I'm getting at. And so Sony have Square Enix, have allowed People Can Fly to make the game like that.
Mm.
And yet, Crystal Dynamics have made the game that way. So it's like, how much is Crystal Dynamics? Because let's be honest, right? Crystal Dynamics, not exactly, its reputation is not exactly held in so high esteem. Yes, they did great with some of the Tomb Raider games, but
I think that's
recently,
all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the thing is, again with Avengers, it's got the promise of being a good live service. It's just they do need to work on it, like massively work.
I don't think they've got the time. It depends on they literally have it. If it's all down to have they learned the lesson and literally focused everything on Wakanda.
Because we never know. Wakanda could be a Taken King moment.
It could be.
So,
it could.
If I've learned anything from playing Destiny for as long as I have, is always give it. You've always got to give them time, unfortunately. Which, to be fair, you shouldn't.
Right.
Because
the counter argument to that is that we've given plenty of like for example, right, if Bungie came out with Destiny 3 and it was in the same condition as Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 on launch, would you put up with it?
No, I wouldn't.
That's the problem. The gamer base that live services that play live services, we've gone tired. We've gone tired of that sort of scenario.
I know that.
Right? We are not going, and it is now down to whether or not a game will be given time to get to that point. If not, then you're gonna have to launch it in that condition first. I'm kind of worried Crystal Dynamics will not be given the time to do. It's the same thing with Anthem.
Yeah.
Anthem, I knew was never going to
Anthem
go
was
anywhere.
dead in the water.
It was dead in the water, and I knew EA was not going to give it the time it needed.
As soon as the report that Jason Schreier did, that was it's not getting.
But here's another thing: like, if for example, when Anthem was launched, they turned around and went, okay, we're going to scrap everything. We're going to just focus on making this game better and fixing it, basically getting it to its Taken King moment.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of coming out with the Cataclysm bullshit. That was absolutely awful. Like, and all the other stuff that they did. Like, focusing on the loot bug.
Yeah.
That gave people more bug. More loot.
More loot.
If they had focused on just basically fixing everything and not coming out with continuing on the path that they had before launch, they might have saved the game. But the moment that they literally went, by the way, we're still coming out with Cataclysm, and then they showed Cataclysm, and it was like, this is not what was advertised. That moment was like, no, you've lost, you're dead, you're done, you are done. You do not, because even at that point, they still needed to rebuild the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
And it was like, EA's not giving you that moment. So and I'm worried that they've done Crystal Dynamics has done the exact same thing because Possibly. Future Imperfect is literally just the same as there's no new enemies. The foes are exactly the same. They've got the same bosses.
Yeah.
Maestro Hulk is the only new enemy.
Yeah.
Maestro Hulk. That's it. Everything else is the same enemy you've been fighting, just with a different skin.
It's brown. A lot of brown.
And a lot of brown.
And
it's like,
I have bad feelings of brown.
Yes, you do. But to end my point is they should have seen. They should have read the reviews and the critiques of their game that people are saying there's not enough content. Characters are not going to be the content we want. There's nothing to do once we get past the story. And they should have literally gone, okay, so we're going to have to start coming up with things for people to do.
Yeah.
Instantly. And they didn't. Because if they did, Future Imperfect would have more things to do than just what you people have already been doing.
And Hawkeye. Don't forget Hawkeye.
Well, like I say, characters are not content. Unless you're talking about a beat 'em up, a fighting game, characters are not content. And I'm sorry, but Avengers is not a beat 'em up. It's a action adventure looter live service.
Oh, I agree.
So
I agree.
There. Anyway.
But as to what I was saying, unfortunately, at this very point in time, live services. I mean, there's been a couple of live services. I think Division 2 came out in a
Division 2
decent
is
state.
probably the one that came out in the best state.
But there has yet to be, I think.
And then they decided to throw it all that way with Warlords of New York.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed with Warlords of New York.
A lot of live service games, and I don't know why. It's mainly because for some bizarre reason,
Destiny came out like that, and Destiny 2 came out like that, and a couple of other games came out like that, and people stuck with them. But here's the point. That's because there was nothing else then.
I know the point. I know the point.
Like,
all I'm saying is, like, unfortunately, these games, they seem to, when they release, they seem to, their base game, they seem to release in sort of like a weird beta state.
Yeah, but the problem is that they're claiming that they were the finished game.
I know.
And we've, as a gamer base, we've grown tired. We're not going to put up with it.
I know.
It's like, no, I've got Destiny.
I know.
I've got The Division. I've got Genshin Impact. I've got all these other live service games that are in a much better state than yours is, with much more things to do than yours. I'm not going to waste my time, especially now that certain live services are dying, because because here's the big problem: a live service lives and dies on its user base, the size of its user base. If you can't keep your user base, you're dead.
Yeah.
And the problem is that games that are launching in an incomplete state or with no end content will no longer be able to keep their user base.
No, I know.
Because there's plenty of other. There's like I said, there's Warframe, Genshin Impact, Destiny, Division 2. Like, I've just rattled off 4 already, and there's a whole bunch of others. Like, the market for live services is getting really saturated now.
Yeah.
And the problem with live services is that the games that are already out aren't going away.
Yeah.
That's the big. It's like when in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era, when everyone was coming out with first-person shooters.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but there's
100 of them.
That's why there's so many, because, like, yeah, after you complete the game and had enough of the multiplayer, there was another first-person shooter to play. Like, there were games that would just have, like, the people would buy, play, and then go on to the next one. Live services aren't designed around that. Live services are designed around people keeping coming back. And the problem, and now we're at the point where there's too many for a incomplete, no end game live service which does not keep its fan base, does not keep its player base. And that's the problem that Avengers has right now.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, like, I don't think we'll ever see another game that'll have its Taken King moment.
Probably not, no. Unless, like I said,
or it's No Man's Sky. But even then, No Man's Sky was not done as a live service.
Aye.
It was done as a single game.
A terrible single game, but still a single game.
Yeah, it has its issues. Like, I don't like hell. Fallout 76 is not even. I highly doubt Fallout 76 is at the size and popularity that Bethesda wanted it to be. I don't think it'll ever get to that point.
Oh no. The thing is, Bethesda have these like giant eyes that seem to think, yes, this game will fill up this easy. We'll get loads of players on this.
Yeah, I think
For
Fallout 76 may survive.
I think
Fallout 76 is like Fallout 76 is like, if you don't make even that level, you're done.
Yeah, I think Fallout 76 will survive, especially now that Microsoft have bought them.
Yeah,
I think.
But going back to Avengers, they don't have the user base.
No,
they don't have the regular users, and that's going to be they have this problem of now trying to solve that and get more people in, and Wakanda may do it, but they don't have the time that people would have given 5 years ago to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if Wakanda's not out by the end of summer,
it's not going to be out by the end of summer.
Exactly. No, this is how bad I feel. I think Avengers is in. This is how bad this situation. If we do not even have a release date within the next few months,
we might have a release date. I reckon it's going to be the end of the year.
Depending on that release date, I don't think it'll survive that long.
I think it's going to be end of year. I think it's going to be the end of 2021.
It'll all depend on how much time they are willing to give.
Yeah.
And
because, like, the thing is, what other games does Crystal Dynamics have in the
but if the game doesn't have the user base, it's not generating the money, which means that they're going to have to go and work on another game.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
this game will stop.
Yes, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is there any other games?
I don't know. I don't know. But that means absolutely jack diddly squat. Whether they're working on another game or not, it means nothing if the game that the current supposed live service is not generating the income to maintain.
My point being is, if they are already working on another game, like that's taken away from the Avengers.
Yes,
obviously that's what I was going to get to. If you stop cutting me off, thank you. But anyway, I think I'll leave it there. That's a good end. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. Any opinions on what we've been talking about, please leave down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.